Morning, children. Today I am going to explain we and our government, our goals, rights, and duties. So, in this lesson, we learn about the India's government, what type of government India has, and also we learn about the our constitution. What is constitution? What is preamble? What are the important features of our constitution? And also fundamental rights and duties and directive principles of the state government. So these are all the things we learn in this lesson. So India is before independent, India was ruled by British. In that period there is no rules and regulations in India because British they are not interested to interest about the Indians administration, but administration they followed the administration, but they are favor of their country, their motherland. So they are not interested about Indian administrative system. So they exploited the Indians in all field of society. Understood? So in this lesson we learn about what are the changes took place after independence in our government. Understood? So India is the largest democratic country in the world. So here there is a one picture is given. Who is that? He was a Dr. Ambedkar. He was he was the father of our constitution. So after independence we adopt the democratic government. What is democracy? Democracy is defined as government of the people, by the people, and for the people. It is considered the finest form of government in which every individual participates consciously and in which people remain the sovereign power determining their destiny. So in democracy, the peoples are the climatic source of power, and its success and failure depends on their wisdom, consciousness, and vigilance. It is not possible for all the people in a big country like India to participate in the government. This is why they are required to exercise their franchise. They elect their representative as regular intervals. These representatives from the parliament, the legislative, and form the responsible government. So preamble, what is preamble? The Indian constitution starts with the preamble which outlines the main objective of the constitution. Understood? What is preamble? Preamble is the outlines of main objectives of the constitution. That is, we, the people of India, are having so please resolved the constitution India into the sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure all its citizens. Next, justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, relief, faith, and for worship, equality, the status and opportunities, and to promote among all them. Fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individuals and unity and integrity of the nation. So, our Constitution Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, the hereby the adopt, enact, and give the ourselves this Constitution. Idea of the preamble borrowed from the Constitution of us. The word socialist, secular, and unity and integrity were added by the 42nd Amendment in 1976. Democracy. What is democracy? Democracy is a form of government in which people are governed by their own elected representatives. It is a government of the people, for the people, by the people. In this system, government, it is the people who are supreme and sovereign. They control the government. They are free to elect a government to their own choice. Freedom to choice is the core of democracy. India is the largest democracy in the world. The Constitution of India was enforced on 26 January 1950. It ushered the age of democracy. India became a democratic republic infused with the spirit of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. The preamble, the directive principles of the state policy, and the fundamental rights reflect the Indian ideology, as well as caste, greed, religion, property, or sex, as the right to cast their vote. Cast their vote. After election, the majority party or coalition forms the government, and its leader becomes the prime minister. Understood? Next, socialist. What is the meaning of socialist? Socialism. Socialism is a political, economic theory of social organization which advocates that means of production, distribution, exercise, exchange should be owned or regulated by community as a whole. Next, secularism. Secularism is the principle of separation of government institution and persons mandated to represent the state from religious institutions and religious dignitaries. Next, our right. Right means fundamental rights, may be called soul of our constitution. These are the very basic rights that are universally recognized as fundamental to human existence and indispensable for human development. The fundamental rights fall in six broad categories. There are right to equality, right to freedom, right against the exploitation, right to freedom, freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedy. By the 18th Amendment of the Constitution, right to education was included under right to freedom in 2002. Next, we learn about one by one right to equality. The right to equality includes the equality before law, equal protection of law, prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth, equality of opportunity in matters to in matters in matter to public employment, abolition of untouchability, and abolition of titles. Right to freedom. It is another important fundamental right. The right to freedom includes the freedom to speech and expression, freedom to form of association or unions, freedom to move freely throughout India, freedom to reside and settle in any part of India, freedom to practice by profession, and right against the exploitation. So the third one is right against exploitation. Right against exploitation include the prohibition of any form of forced labor. Children below 14 years of age cannot be made to work in factories or mines or any other hazardous employment. Next, right to freedom of religion. The right to freedom of religion include the freedom of consciousness, freedom to profess any religion, freedom to manage religious affairs, freedom as to payment of taxes for phenomena, promotion of any particular religion. Next one is cultural and educational rights. The cultural and educational rights includes the protection of interest of minorities, right to minorities to establish and administration educational institutions, right properly, right to property. No person can unlawfully approve this movable and immovable property. Right to constitutional remedies. Any citizen can move Supreme Court of India for the enforcement is fundamental right. So how many fundamental rights are there? There are six. Now, right to property was cancelled. So there are six. Which are the six fundamental rights? Right to equality, right to freedom, right against the exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. Right to property was cancelled above from the our constitution. Understood? Next, our duties. What are the duties? Duties of the citizen. A citizen should have duties and responsibilities for his country. He should try to do the public good. He should control his conduct on the light of good of his country. He should exercise his rights with proper judgment and obey the laws of road and like. He should try to build himself to do best service for the country. He should have patriotism as fellow feelings. As a citizen, he should know his responsibility to discharge his duties. So there are as follows. The important duties of the citizens are as follows. To abide by constitution and respects its ideals and institutions, the national flag and national anthem. To cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom. To uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of people. To defend the country and render the national service when called upon to do so. To promote the harmony and spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic, and regional and sectional diversities, to renounce the practice degradatives of the dignity of woman, to value and pursue, preserve the bright heritage of our composite culture, to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures, to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform, to safeguard the public property and to adjure violence. So these are all the fundamental duties for everyone citizen of the country. So next one is directive principles of state policy. It is also guidance of the our government. Our constitution makes lie down the certain guidelines in the constitution to be followed by the government while administrating the state. These guidelines are contained section 4th of the constitution and are known as directive principles of state policy. The state shall provide the adequate means of livelihood both to men and women. Distribution of ownership of material resources should be done in such a way that is not a concentrated in the hands of only a few people, but use it in a such way that is the best interest of the masses. The state shall ensure the equal pay for equal work for both men and women. It shall secure the suitable employment, which shall not undermine the end of the health of men, women, and children. Moral and material exploitations of women and children should be stopped. The state shall improve the working conditions and secure for all the workers reasonable wages to help them lead the decent lives. It should do its best to raise the standard of living and to improve the public health. So these are all the important directive principles of the policy. So in this lesson we learn about the India's government. India's what type of India has government, that is democratic government. Democratic means the government was ruled by the people, for the people, and of the people. So India has government, democratic country. That in democratic country, the power of the people is very important. The citizen should follow the very important role in the government and also in this lesson we learn about the rights of the citizen. What are the rights of the citizen? Fundamental rights of the citizen. The citizen should have duties and responsibilities in his country. So how many fundamental rights are there? There are 6 fundamental rights. Which are the 6 fundamental rights? Right to equality, right to freedom, right against the exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational right, and right to constitutional remedies. And also we learn about what is democracy. Democracy is a form of government in which people are governed by their own election representatives, elect their own representative. India is a government of people, for the people and by the people. The system of government is a people who are supreme. In democratic country, who are supreme? Who is supreme? The people who are supreme and sovereign. They control the government. They are free and elected government of their own choice. The power of the people is very important in democratic country. Freedom of choice in core of democracy. Understood? And also you learn about the preamble. So who is the father of our constitution? B.R. Ambedkar was the father of our constitution. We adopted the constitution 26 January 1950. So we also learn preamble. What is preamble? Indian constitution start with the preamble. That means that is the main objectives of the constitution. That is in the first page we are the people. The preamble is start with we are the people of India. And also having thus only resolve the constitute India into the sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic republics. And also we learn about the directive principles of the state policy. That means what are the rules regulations followed by the government. Understood? The state shall provide the adequate means of livelihood both men and women. The state shall ensure the equal pay for the equal work for both and men and women. Moral and material exploitation of women and children should be stopped. So it should best to raise the standard of living and improve the public health. So these are all the responsibilities of the government or duties of the government. So in this lesson we learn about the democracy, what is the constitution, what is preamble, what are fundamental rights, what are the fundamental duties of the citizen, and also what are the principles of the state policy. These are all the things we learn in this lesson. Understood, children?